Hi everyone, Cheryl here today with KaDoodle Bug Designs, and today we're going to be doing the cute little jumpin' jelly beans. And this is the standing bunny and chick. Aren't they cute? So I did do some whiskers. I did some chalk on the ears and the face, and we'll go ahead and do the eyes, and I'll show you all the colors and everything. So if you're new to my channel, I want to welcome you. And if you're coming back, welcome back. So I'm going to show you kind of how I separate everything when I bring it to the tray. So I'll bring everything for the little chick, and then there's all the bunny. So I put like the body and the head, all the pieces and the eyes and arms, and here's the legs, and then jelly beans. And so I just kind of separate everything out. It just makes it really easy when you're going to go to distress and put things together. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I want to go over is I did use the tea dye and just a dauber for all of the cream colored cardstock. So I did use like very vanilla from American Crafts. And so we're just going to ink up. I'm not really distressing a whole lot on this. For the bunny, I really just wanted the edges just to have a little color. And so maybe you could see that. It's kind of hard to see, isn't it? Okay, so so I just wanted to show you. I used the tea dye really on all of these pieces for the bunny. And so I just want to get those edges done really. Okay. So I think we have all the cream colored pieces done. So the next color, let me move that out of the way. That was the tea dye. Let's go ahead and do Certainly Celery. I'm using Certainly Celery and just another dauber, flat dauber, to do the green jelly bean. And this was really the only green in here, so I kind of just saved it for the video. And these, I think I did a little darker. Okay, so I've got that one done. So the next thing I did do is all the yellow pieces. And this was all cardstock from American Crafts. So on the yellow, I used Barely Banana. And so there's that one. And I did all of the pieces on the yellow on this one as well in the Barely Banana. And I think that's it. So that one's done. Let's move my tray back up. Sorry, you guys. Okay, so I'm done with those colors. So for the purple pieces, I went ahead and used an old ink pad. It's close to my heart, Pansy Purple. It was just one I had. And I'm just going to get that one inked up. Okay. Okay, so I think we're done with all the purple. I can move those out of the way. Groovy Guava I used. This is from StampinUp. It's one of their old colors. I don't know if they even have this one anymore, but I did use that one for all the orange right here. That's already done for the little chick. And then I'm going to use it on the orange jelly bean. Okay, so I've got that one done. I can move that out of the way. So Pretty in Pink is the one I used for both of those pinks. And this is also from Stampin' Up. It's an old color. I've had those for years. And so I just did the jelly beans. I actually did this one. This is the light pink. That's, I think, pink Pirouette. This color here, I swear, came from Paper Tray ink a long time ago. And the little color card that went with it is gone. So the blue I left. The blue cardstock is the metallic from Paper Temptress. I don't know if you can see that. It's really pretty. So I left it alone. Okay, and I think that's all the colors that we need. And so now we're ready to start layering. So also, if you're watching from a cell phone, you guys, if you click on the screen, the corner, click the little white box, you'll get full screen. That way you could see the entire area that I'm working with. So the first thing we want to do is grab some glue, and I'm going to use just the art glitter glue. And we're going to go ahead and get those ears on here. Oops. All right. So I'm just going to add some glue to that. I tried to prep a lot of the pieces just to have them ready. So the little tool I'm using is called a Whiskers tool. I did buy it from Amazon. It came in a set of 2 with 4 little wax ends and some tweezers, and it came in a little case. I try to sometimes show that in my videos. So this is the case it comes in, and that's what it looks like for the inside. Okay, so that way I went over the tool with you. Okay, so we've got the ears on. So the next thing we want to put are the legs. And so we want to get these legs on here. And oops. So we want to just cover all this white where it's going to show. We know the jelly bean comes here, so I'm not too concerned with that area. And honestly, it doesn't matter if you put the right leg on first or the left. On the other one, I put the left one on first. This one, I'm doing it the opposite, just to kind of show you it really doesn't matter. So you could do it either or. The thing I try to say is just to make sure you cover the backing as much as you can. If there's areas that you leave white, you could always come in with a marker and go ahead and touch that up. Okay, so we have our legs on, and so then the next thing we want to do is get those arms on, and the arms go right over here. And so let's see if I can grab those. So she will have the hands that come right here. So I know that's going to be covered. Let's see if I can get that. Okay. And then just kind of push that down. So we have that on. Now we want to go ahead and get this body put together. So for the body, she has her little tummy. And I'm just going to bring that tummy up about so high. And then we'll go ahead and get this glued down. Super cute. I love putting these together. They are so much fun. Okay, so we got the body on. So the next thing we want to do is get the head on. And so we're going to do that now. Whoops. Let's see if I can get that. So we want to line that up with the top part and not so much the bottom. The bottom's going to be covered by her little cheeks. And so we really don't have to worry about this down here. It's mainly up here that we need to be concerned with. Okay, so we have the head on. I need to get a drink of water. Sorry, you guys. Okay, so now what I want to do is... Did I put my chalks away? Oh, I did. So I want to do a little chalking on this. I'm using the Stampin' Up! Old well, they call them pastels. They are chalks. And I don't know if they still sell these or not. I didn't even look when I was in there the other day looking at their colors that are going to be going away. And I haven't bought any ink pads for, it seems like forever. Okay, so on this one here, I'm going to use some Pixie Pink for the little ears. And I'm using the number 4 brush. And this just came in a set of 12 that I bought off of, and I'm going circular. So I bought these off of Amazon, a set of 12 of them. I think it goes from 1 all the way up. And see how you can get the chalk to bring in some color here. And then just kind of blow off the excess. So I just kind of do a little circular and just kind of bring it down. And I'm going really light, so I'm not pushing really hard on that surface for the ear. It's really a light. Okay. And I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to leave that alone. Okay. So we've got that part. So the next thing we want to do is go ahead. Let's get the little cheeks together. And for the his little teeth, I just used the dauber that had some of the Starlight silver on it. And I did not put this back in. This, I just grabbed it out of the drawer or the little case that I keep those in. And then, so no, I did not grab the ink pad on this. So I just want a little bit of gray. You could use blue or whatever color. That color that I used right there is this one right here. Is the Starlight silver. Okay, so we're done with that. Let's go ahead and get that put together. So the his little teeth kind of go down here where his mouth is. And so let me grab the little tool. And so we're going to just put that right there. And then let's go ahead and get the top part of the cheeks on. So I just want to get these put together. Okay. And you can push those teeth in or bring them out as much as you want. I think that's probably going to be okay. Yeah, that's so cute. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is on this one, we're going to put the cheeks on. We're also going to get those eyes on as well. And we're going to kind of tuck them in under the cheeks. And so I'm just going to add some glue to the back here. And I probably added way too much because it will come out. So I want to make sure that I'm just covering up. Yeah, and I could see it already at the top. So if that happens, we can just take that or take the little tool and get that. Okay, so I'm thinking right there is going to be good. And I've left it up a little bit. I want to be able to slide these eyes in. And so for the placement on the eyes, and I really should wash my hands off, but so for the eyes, I'm going to want them right here and right here, I'm thinking. Okay, and so we can grab those. So these are the eyes. I cut them out in a design paper. Whoops. And so one side's polka dot and one side is kind of sky looking. It was really neat. And I know I got it from American Crafts warehouse sale, one of the design paper packs. So now you can come up or down as much as you'd like. So on this one, you could see I went down a little bit. So I'm going to probably do about the same on this one. Just go a little bit down. And I kind of just tilt them into the center. And so I'm thinking that looks pretty good. So we can get everything pressed down here. And now we can add the little black parts of the eye on. And on this eye, I did use a little bit of the white paint pen. And I'll show you that towards when we go ahead. When we go ahead and get the glossy accents on these eyes, I'll be doing that right before. So on this one here, I want to bring the little eye in like so. I don't know if you could see that. So it's hanging off a tad. Now you can line them up if you'd like. And I could show you, like, if you wanted to just line those up, we could line those up like so. And then this one would come back in a tad. Okay, so that would be if we lined them up. So I guess I'll leave them like that since now I've got them. So they're kind of lined up with the blue, and you could kind of tell. Okay, so we'll push that down, and let me spray my hands really quick, because on this other one, I ended up getting a little bit of glue, I think, on the face. Okay, so we've got the cheeks and the eyes on, and now we want to go ahead and get the eyes done, and we'll do the cheeks as well. So we're going to use the chalks again, and I'm going to do the cheeks using that same pixie pink color, and I'm going to come right here and do a little circular, and I'm really light starting out. You know, you can decide if you want like real dark, or if you want lighter, and then if you kind of turn it, you can kind of just go like that. We could bring it to the edge. Okay, let me blow that off really quick. Okay, and so now I want a little bit on the face right here. Just a tad. That one I'm doing a little harder. Okay, so we just did a little bit there. All right, and I think that's all the pink I'm going to use. So now for the eyes, I want to come in with a Micron pen, and I'm going to start with the 003. And actually, I want to use, where's the 02? I'm going to use the 02 and get the eyeliner on. So I usually try to come around, but I could tell if you feel like you may have some glue here, if you use the end of this tool, you can clean up any glue around the eye. But I could tell that it didn't feel like I had any glue on there. Well, I could feel right there, but I'm going to leave that. That's fine. Okay, so now I'm going to come in. That was the 02. I'm going to use the 003. So this one's the fine one. And we're just going to do some little lashes here. And I don't even know if you could see that. I'll try to zoom in. Okay, so see how they're kind of apart, far apart? I usually come back in and add to the lashes. So okay. So I think that looks good for right now. Now let me see if I can get close enough to do this one. Sometimes it's harder for me. Okay. So this one I am trying to get all the lashes. And then you can bring a couple down like so. So if you want to come back in, you just come back in and add some more. You can fill them in if you want. Okay, I think that looks good. It's really hard for me to get. There we go. I think I got that. Sometimes I feel like when I do the videos, my lashes are a little harder to do, but let's see. So we're going to do a little bit of black on here. So we kind of want, and this is the chalks. Now, if you get too much, you could always come in with one of your craft erasers. These are old. These are, I think they were by Pebbles. They're just for, like when you're card making or scrapbooking, to kind of clean up if you get something. I kind of use them for that. Years ago when I used to do my cards, I would start with the base of the card right on my work area. I don't do that anymore. Now I do all the layers for the whole front of the card separate. And then the base is done when everything's cleaned up and I bring it in. So that way it doesn't get anything on the base. But so I think that looks pretty good. If you want, you can come in with like a lavender. And just bring that up a little bit. I think that's okay. There we go. All right. So I think that's okay. Now, I'm going to use, I think I put that away too. Yep. The Posca paint pen or paint. This is the one I'm using. And so I do use this for the eyes. So I just add, and then a really light dot there. And then a dot there. So on the cheeks, I'm just going to add 3 little dots. And so that part's done. And so now what we want to do is get the jelly bean and the hand. We can do that. We can get the jelly bean and the hands put on. So let me grab those. And we'll do the whiskers and those eyes last because that way we don't hit anything. I just kind of bring that because we want to make sure this hand over here is going to cover what it needs to cover. So let's see if that's going to work. Yep. Okay, so that one will. And then we'll add this other one. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the back. Okay. And can kind of move that to see if we've got it covered. Okay, so the little ears, I also did a bunch of little dots on those. I just kind of place them like so, and then coming down. And then same with this. And there, so we have the little dots there. Okay, and then we'll just add a little mark there. Okay, and see if those are staying. All right. So now that we've got the hands and everything, now we can go to the chick. And so now we're going to get the little chick done. And so we're going to put the left jelly bean on, I think that's what I put on the left first and then the right. Well, either or. They can both go on and they're both are going to have to. So I think one goes right here. So I'm going to zoom out because you guys aren't going to be able to see so much. Okay. So I want this one's going to go on and we want this one where it's right there somewhere. I think it kind of comes up a little bit. Okay, where's the little tool at? So this one's going to be the light pink. And really, you could put the jelly beans in any order that you want. And so I'm thinking, because the foot's right there, I'm thinking it's going to go just like so, because we want to cover this part up right there. And I don't want to touch this, so let's see. There we go. All right, so I've got that one on, and then I'm going to put this blue one over here. And then let me see if I've got that covered. Okay, yep. All right, so we have the jelly beans on, and then we're going to go ahead and put the little legs on here. And I think we can do the wings. We'll get the wings on. Let's do those first, because those go right here. We know those go right about there. And I need to clean that again. It just filled the glue, and there we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and get those little wings on. Just make sure I cover that. So we'll get this one. You could add more glue if you need. Okay. All right, so we have the little wings. Now we're going to do these little legs. So the little legs kind of come right here. Okay. These are super cute. This little set has a few of them in it, and it's just darling. I was hoping to have time to do the other one, and I may still do a video on the other one. Let's see if I can get that pushed up a tad. And this one. There we go. All right, let me wipe my hands really quick. All right, so let me get the little bottoms of those on. Okay. Whoops. Super cute. I think there's one sitting, a bunny sitting, and then by the jar. Okay, so see, this one should have come up a tad. And this one could come down. There we go. All right. So I did have that off a little bit. Okay, so I think I've got those pushed down. All righty. So now we can get, we'll go ahead and put the body together and get the body on. Just clean that up a little bit. All right, and let's place that body right here. I think it goes right here. I'm gonna put a little bit of glue just on the outside. I think I have a ton of glue on this, but I guess it won't be going anywhere, will it? Okay. Yeah, I've got a lot of glue. That's the only thing about the glue. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. So the next thing on this is we've got the body. Let's get the head on. Oh, it's so funny, I have to tell you. So when I had cut these out, I didn't look at the photo, and I thought, oh gosh, the blade really messed up the top here. And I had ripped it off of one of them, and I was like, oh no. I realized after it was the little feathers on top. So I'm like, oops. So I'll probably, on that one, when I put it together, I'll probably just color the pieces that are behind it, the yellow. And then that'll just take care of that. So not a worry on that. Okay, so we've got the head on. And so now we can go ahead and get these jelly beans on. And we're almost going to be done here. And then the next thing will be, we'll get their faces done. So we're going to put the purple one right here. And then it looks like she's holding the little green one. So I'm just going to add some glue to the back of this one. And hopefully I don't get it all over. So I'm thinking right about there is okay. Sorry. Okay. And then she does have this little piece that goes right. Let's see, did I color the wrong side of it? I think I did. So we can just grab that yellow. So that's the barely banana on that one. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue right there. And then I am going to actually pick that up with the tool. That way I don't have to touch that. That's why sometimes I like putting the glue down first and not on the piece if they're tiny. All right, so we've got that done. And then the wing, and then now we can do the face. So on this little face on this one, let's go ahead and get the little cheeks done on it. And we're gonna do the same color, that little bit of chalk of Pixie Pink. And we're just gonna do a little circular. So see how so I'm going to show you, try to get close so you can see. So when you have a textured cardstock, see when I know in one of my videos I told you that sometimes I really like to go to the back and have the smooth, because see how it goes in the little squares and you can kind of see the texture. I'm saying squares, but the little textured on the so sometimes I do flip it over and use the smooth. I did not on this. Okay, so now we want to go ahead and get the little beak on, and I'm thinking it's going to go right about here. And where is that? So here's one of the pieces. Whoops. So the first one we're going to put on is this bigger piece. So it's the bottom piece. And we can just try to get that centered. So you can bring that up as much as you want. And just try to get it a little centered. And I'm not worried about the glue that's coming up right now, but I do want to add some to the top. So we need some glue on the top, because now we're going to put this piece, if I can get it. I have to get it down here and then pick that up. So now I can move it with my tool and do like that. All right, so we can press that down. So these little eyes, they really just kind of set in here. And I don't think I'm going to need too much glue because her eyes are tiny. So on this one here, and I really should probably have that smaller one, because there we go. So these are just going to kind of set in right like so. So they're really not under, they're kind of just set in there. And then we've got one more. Whoops. I'm hoping I got that right. Okay, so I'm just gonna push that one down. Let me see if I could see. Okay, so this one could come up a little bit. And I'm putting an indentation in it, and that's okay because the black is going to come and set on top. So now on the black, you won't want to push hard on that because then it will leave a mark. And so let's get the little, so these are going to come up a little higher, and they're going to actually come up and off of that white. So let's see if I can grab the other one. These are really small. So whoops. Let's see if I can get that. I just don't want to press down too. Okay. So this one can kind of go up a little bit. I'm thinking, yep, I think that looks pretty good to me. So I'm going to press down on that. And then I want to see, make sure there's nothing around here. Okay. So now I'm going to just go ahead and add the little white. And I could do a little white there. And whoops. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is, I'm thinking the cheeks, I want them a little darker. I'm noticing that they're not really showing up enough for me. Hopefully I grabbed the right pink. Okay. Because I'm going to add the little white dots. All right, so let's go ahead and get, I just add 3 little dots. And I'm going to add right now to the feet. And then the jelly bean. And then I did kind of just do some little dots. Okay, so now I can do those eyelashes. This one's going to be, I'm going to use the 003, and now I'm going to zoom in. The chick one, whoops, and I'm shaking you. So on the chick one here, we're using the 003. It's the fine pin, the Micron. And you guys will have to bear with me because this is going to be a little harder for me because I am like literally way away even though it's real close up. So I'm just doing some little ones. On the other one, I came back in and did some really big, some longer lashes. So let me tilt that to this way. Okay. And then I'm going to do a few over here. And then let's come back up here. And hopefully you could see. All right. So I think I'm going to leave this one less. And one more. Boy, it's hard for me to see. Okay, yeah, I do like that. So let's kind of tie those together. There we go. All right, so that one is ready for a little bit. On this one, I'm going to do a little bit of shading or with the black. And hopefully I don't get too much. That's where a smaller brush would be good. So we're just going to do a little bit on this one. The other one, I did quite a bit on it, but I had a ton of lashes too. I'll just kind of show you. See the lashes? I had so many of them. So this one I wanted to do a little different. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave that because I like the look. So let's go ahead and finish up here. We have 3 more jelly beans to add on. And then we're going to do the whiskers on her. And let me see. I'm going to put the yellow first. So let's get that yellow one. And we should be. So we'll do the yellow. Let's get this other one on. So I think this one kind of goes here. And then we can put the orange one on. And we'll put this one right here. And let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. Okay. So I think I've got all that. Let me spray my hands really quick. So now we're going to do the whiskers and then we'll do the little eyes. Okay, so for the whiskers, I'm just using an old transparent nylon thread that I've had for years. It was probably handed down to me by either one of my grandmas or my mom. And so on that one, the way I'm going to show you how I do this, and hopefully I'm going to have enough room to do this. Let's see. Okay, so I'm zoomed out. So doing the whiskers with this, I was going to have my son grab me some fishing wire. I wanted to see, or fishing wire, fishing thread or whatever it's called, or line. I think that's what it is. But anyways, I went around quite a few times, only because we can cut down and cut off as many as we want. And so it really doesn't matter. And I wanted a lot of whiskers on this, so I just cut it. So what I like to do is twist this middle, because this thread is really fine. And so I'm just twisting it in the middle, and I know it's probably hard for you guys to see. Now on her nose, I had distressed it. Let me see if I can come in and do that really quick. So I did do a little bit of pink on there. That was the Pretty in Pink, I think. Yeah. Okay. So now that it's distressed, I'm going to flip it upside down, and I'm actually going to add a little dot of glue to her, but I'm also going to add, and try not to add too much, because the last time I ended up getting it right below the nose. And so I just take this and I'm going to plop it down, and I'm actually going to use my finger to grab that up. So I push down pretty firmly, because that way it stuck to my finger, and those little whiskers are stuck to it. And so that just helps us. Let's get a little bit more glue, and hopefully that's not going to be too much. The only problem is when you put too much, then it definitely. So we'll make sure that we get the nose in the right position. So the little point goes down, and we'll just, whoops, hold on one second. So I think some of my little whiskers came off the back, and that's okay. That's why I did like multiple loops. So let's kind of get them fixed a little bit. All right, because we can move these to come down a little bit once we get this pushed down. Okay, so now, and hopefully, let's see how I'm doing with that. Yeah, that's probably pretty good. I'm trying to just move it up a tad. So these little whiskers, if you want, you can start to bring them down a little bit. That way they're not like way up in the eye. Whoops, and they are wrapped around her. So we can kind of just bring them down. I know in one of my videos, I did the whiskers with 2 noses, so I would cut out an extra. That way you could always place it on top. But I think that looks good, and she's got a ton of whiskers, so we can snip those. And if you want to get rid of any, you can. You can snip them down, you know, whatever. I think I did like 4 loops to each side, but I think I'm just going to leave them all. Okay, there's some way up there. So see how they want to go up, and that's all right, because I think it just looks really cute when there's a lot of them. Some of them I do like only 4 on each side, but sometimes I'll do more, so hopefully you can see that. Okay, let's go ahead and finish the eyes, and then we're done. So we're going to use the glossy accents, and we're going to use the paint pen. So our paint, this one, the Posca. So I wanted a little bit of white on this edge right here. So all I did was, and I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit here. Hopefully I'm not going to cover that. So all I did was bring this Posca paint pen and get a little bit of white on that edge. And I think it just gives a little bit of a different look when the glossy accents are on. This one has a little bit more than my other one did. So let me come in with a little bit of black right here. There we go. So I just kind of cleaned up that little bit of white that I had. But so this one has a little bit, I think, more white than that other one. But that's all right, because I don't know if you can even see that. Oh yeah, maybe in this. You might be able to see it a little bit. Okay, so we're going to add this to both of them. So I'm going to start with this one up here first, the bunny. And let's hope this will come out. Let's see. So I'm just going to add some of the glossy accents. Once it dries, you can come back in with that paint. That's what I love about that paint pen. And you can do the little dots. Okay. So we'll try to get this all covered. And hopefully you could see that. And sometimes I'll take that little pin that goes in my, I don't know where I put it. Usually it's in a, oh, it's right here. So sometimes you could take this and move if you need to, closer to the edge, without getting it to come all the way over. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So I think I'm going to leave that. There may be a little bit right there. Okay. All right, so that one's done. And then this little one here, so cute. I love these. They're so much fun to do. Okay, so I think that one's covered. Hopefully you guys could probably see better than me. I think. Okay, so I think that's it. And I think we are done. And so I do hope you enjoyed my video today. I think I did all the little, oh, I could probably do the little marks here and one there, maybe one up here. Yeah, I think that's it. I hope I did everything. Okay, and so I hope you enjoyed my video today, you guys. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos, please subscribe. And if you have any questions, please leave them below or any comments. I always love reading your guys' comments, so thank you. And I hope you have a good day. Thanks for stopping by.